To understand the process of harvesting prunes, first we must understand the machines we use. In harvesting, we use the shaker, the receiver, the bin carrier, and a forklift. First, the shaker and receiver line up a row with a tree in between them, and the shaker extends a large metal claw and lays fabric flaps next to the belt of the receiver. The claw clamps down and shakes the tree of all the leaves and fruit. The fruit slides off the fabric flaps and onto the belt, which moves toward the prune bin. It travels up a small ladder and falls into the bin because the fruit is heavy, but since the leaves are light, they fly off the end like little birds. Once the bin is full of fruit, it is dropped in the middle of the orchard, and a bin carrier comes and uses chains to pick up the bins and moves it to a landing area. The landing area is where all of the prune bins are then stacked on top of each other in a nice, neat rows, and a forklift comes and picks up the bins in stacks of 2 and puts them on a large semi-truck trailer. The semi-truck then takes all of the bins with the fresh fruit and takes them to a dryer. The dryer then squeezes all of the moisture out of the fruit and packages them into the little packages that you would see in a grocery store.
So you want to plant plum trees in a dry area whenever it's the off season, and you want them to be planted where they can get 6 to 8 hours of sunlight and there isn't much wind that can knock them down. It actually takes roughly about 5 months to go from flowering to harvest. So plums are actually a type of stone fruit, which is actually a fruit family that includes peaches, nectarines, apricots, and cherries. They all have a pit. A couple different types of trees. So you have your early magic, which blooms in mid-July, which is like a medium-sized plum. So you have your early golden, which is one of the first plums of the season. It ripens in the second part of July, so towards the end, which is also a medium-sized fruit. And the plums you saw getting shook off of the trees are called French prunes. So they are a little bit smaller, but they are actually one of the main prunes used in sunsweet.
An irrigation technique used on prune trees is moist control. If the prune tree gets dry, the tree gets water stress and dies. If the prune tree gets too moist, it drowns and dies. Chemicals that need to be sprayed for prunes are neem oil or Yates Ultra insect control. Diseases that prune trees can get are silverleaf and bacterial canker. These diseases can weaken or kill prune trees.
I hope you guys learned a few things, because there will be a Kahoot that you guys will get to do after this video is done, and I hope you all have an amazing day.